If I was to ask you a question 2 summers ago, in Porto, having just beaten Man City in the Champions League final, do you think this team would disband in 2 years with just 3 players remaining from the starting 11 that took this team photograph before kickoff? What would you have said to me? You told me I'm crazy, right? You told me that I'm a mentalist. What am I talking about? I don't know football. I don't know, I've got no clue about things in general when it comes to Chelsea and to football. Fast forward 2 years, Abramovich, Tuchel, Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup, Bowley, 600 million, Potter, Lampard, and now Pochettino. It's crazy. When you think about it, it's absolutely crazy. Just Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva, and Reece James are left from that 11 that started the Champions League final. And there's others that didn't start the final that have left the football club as well. But it's crazy to look at that photograph and think only 3 players will remain. Of course, Aspi will eventually be given the approval to go and do what he wants to do. If that's going to be Inter Milan, then good luck to him, because he's earned that right, because he's been with us for so long and he's earned the right to choose what he wants to do. But it's just crazy, isn't it? So at the moment, there's a lot of conjecture, there's a lot of comment being made, there's a lot of doom and gloom, there's a lot of just absolute nonsense out there on social media and on YouTube. There are other Chelsea channels calling players rats. There are other Chelsea channels slagging these players off. There's other Chelsea channels that's talking absolute nonsense. And the only thing that I will say when it comes to the whole Kai Havertz Mason Mount thing is Champions League final. I'm going to ask these content creators, and I don't care if they watch. If they don't watch and you end up sharing it with them and they watch it after, I don't really give a shit, because I don't really watch their content normally. But because I've been just despised by what they've been doing, it's really wound me up this week. But I want to ask these guys the question. On that night in Porto, when Ben Chilwell played that pass into Mason Mount, and Mason Mount looked up and found the runner Kai Havertz, and Kai Havertz went through their defence, rounded the goalkeeper and scored the goal. Did they celebrate the ball from Mount, the finish by Havertz? Did they celebrate? Are those same people calling these players rats and digging them out and doing all sorts? It's disgusting. They're a disgrace and should be ashamed of themselves. To try and incite that sort of stuff through social media, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, whatever, it's an absolute disgrace. Anyway, let's get on to the players that have left the football club. Now, this is a bit of a different video from me, because I just need to get things off my chest, because there's loads going on. I'm doing one a week at the moment, videos. There will be more when I get a chance. But let's look at the players that have left since the last time I've done this video. Confirmed left the football club. I've done this video. I did the last video on my channel. And this tweet from CFC Blues is a great one. They've put the fact that Chelsea have sold 8 players, or 8 players have left the football club. N'Golo Conte, as we know, leaving on a free transfer. The rest equate to £208.8 million into the kitty at Chelsea. And those players, Kai Havertz, 65 million to the Arsenal. Doesn't look right looking at that photograph of him wearing the Arsenal shirt. He goes and joins Jorginho. Good luck to him. He wants to play Champions League, obviously. Good luck to him. He made a massive contribution to Chelsea, Kai Havertz, so I thank him for that. The fact that he wants to go and play in Europe, and Chelsea have just completely screwed it and fucked it up last year, you can't really blame him. I've got no hard feelings against Kai Havertz. As I said to you before on my channel, he's been played in different positions that are not his own. He was never given one single position to play a whole season with to make it his own. And you can't really judge him for that. So the fact that he wants to go and play in Europe, fair play to him, off you go. 65 million for Kai Havertz, I think, is a decent return. Next up, Mason Mount, confirmed today. It's up here 60 million. It's 55 million plus 5 million add-ons. And there's a lot of conjecture about this move as well, about Mason Mount, who, let's remember, has been Chelsea's been nominated or one player of the season, 2 seasons running, don't forget. He's also made a big contribution to our football club, to our team. There was a time when the only press that Chelsea had was by Mason Mount leading that press in the attacking third. When he wasn't in that team, Chelsea looked a completely different team when it come to the press. So Mason Mount has made a contribution with goals, with assists. I've got nothing to say against him apart from the fact that What people have to understand, by all accounts, and again, I want to reiterate it if you've not seen my other video, according to various real good sources, real key sources, Mason Mount agreed a deal verbally to what he's signing with Man United now with Todd Boehly. The two new guys, Win Stanley and the other one, have come in at Chelsea and took it away and said, no, we're going to do things different. Approached Mason Mount with a different deal. Mount was like, I thought we had a verbal agreement. They've gone back on it, Chelsea, and as a result, Mason Mount's got the ump. Mason Mount now just feels like he's been mucked about by the football club. He probably feels as though he's been devalued by the football club, and so he wants to leave. So what can you do? Chelsea screwed it up. Boehly and everybody else has screwed it up as they did this last season. And Mason Mount is another one that unfortunately wants to leave the football club. And if he does, then you've got nothing you can do about it. He wants to go. He's going to sign the contract that he was offered at Chelsea, but at Man United. And good luck to him. What more can you say? I don't hate Mason Mount for it. I don't hate Mason Mount at all for it. I can't argue with it because we ain't really got a leg to stand on. How can you organise? How can you offer a contract to someone verbally and say we'll get it done in the winter, or in the winter before the window, before January or February time, we'll get it all signed, and then he's preparing to go and do that, and then the contract completely changes because other people have got involved at the club. He can only feel like he's been mucked about. So people can sit there and call him a rat. They can dig him out. They can call him what they want, but that's the fact. Whether people like it or not, that's the fact with Mason Mount. So Kai Havertz and Mason Mount, the two key components of that winning goal in Porto, have left us. Next one, Mateo Kovacic, 25 million going to Man City. And fair play, he's going to go to Man City. I said it before, if he's good enough for Man City, why is he not good enough for us? The only thing that I will say is that general reports are saying, that Mauricio Pochettino wanted to keep Mason Mount. Everybody else that you see leaving the football club has been given the okay by Pochettino, by the looks of it. We can only assume that's the case. Maybe N'Golo Conte, but obviously broke down again after his operation, injury prone, couldn't take the risk on it, even though the contract offer was there from Chelsea. But by all accounts, Pochettino only wanted to keep Mason Mount. So Kovacic, I really rate Kovacic. I think Man City, he'll go to another level with his game. I think the Havertz move to Arsenal, I think will fail because they want to play him in a deeper line position. That's not his game. And Mount to Man United, God only knows. But the next couple, Koulibaly and Edouard Mendy, you can't really complain about because, as I said before, Koulibaly, massive high hopes for him. He came into the football club and didn't really do a lot, let's be honest. No real standout performances, apart from a couple towards the end of the season, but real disappointing. Edouard Mendy, again, I don't disagree with him being sold. I think the general opinion was that he had his chance. He took it, played a massive part in that Champions League winning season. The following season and the season after that, he's had a bit of a wobble. And you have to say, he's just, it's not great, is it, at all? So, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is confirming his move today to AC Milan. There's images on social media which I've retweeted of him in Italy having his medical. I like Loftus-Cheek. I always said that when he's in full flow, he's like a Rolls Royce across that pitch. He glides across the pitch. He's got great intelligence, great feet. Just never could really give it and get to the level we needed him to be on a regular, consistent basis. Hakim Ziyech, the enigma that's him, he's gone as well. No real complaints about that because he's another one we didn't get the best out of. So you can't really moan about it. But all we're seeing at the moment is players leaving the football club. There's one announcement after another on Chelsea's site. There's two in a day. And you're thinking, I know we've got Jackson. I know we've got Nkunku's coming as well. And we keep hearing about Caicedo. But a lot of people are talking about Chelsea's midfield. Where is it next season? We've got Enzo Fernandez. We've got Carney Chukwuemeka. And we've got Conor Gallagher. And according to reports, Conor Gallagher's Chelsea willing to listen to offers for them if people match their valuation. So we know that Mauricio Pochettino likes to invest in the youth. He likes to bring players through. Could Casadelli, the Italian, come in? It's been great in the European Championships. Could he come in and make a real play for the first team squad. Andre Santos, been outstanding again. He's now got his work permit issues sorted out. He could come straight into the first team as well. If one or two of those come in, that's already 4 midfielders we got there. Plus Casido, I don't think we're doing too bad. It all depends on what Pochettino wants to play and what formation. In the attacking third, I think we're still doing all right. We're not too bad. Obviously, Pulisic is another one that's going to go. We've got Sterling. We've got ourselves Mudryk. We've also got ourselves Madueke and Nkunku and Jackson and Breuer. So I think we got exciting young talent. Just maybe need another striker, another out-and-out number 9, and maybe a creative midfielder. But I think we're doing all right. I don't think we'll be too bad next season. We've got to give Mauricio Pochettino trust in what he wants to do. And we could surprise a few people. It could take us a couple of seasons to get where we need to be. But what's going to happen with Chelsea's social media then? Are people going to still be moaning like merry hell? I've just tweeted out about the fact that Chelsea's Twitter base is absolute toxic, and it really, really is, because most of these people on Twitter have only ever supported Chelsea when they've been successful and used to them winning trophies. Now we've had a hard and difficult season. They've gone mental. They're lashing out. They're calling all sorts. They're slagging players. They're doing all sorts. It's real hostile, real toxic. And I say to people, you need to wake up a bit. When I was a kid going to Chelsea in the early 80s, you know, we had to go take the rough with the smooth. We were in the old second division. You know, you have to take the rough with the smooth. You have to take it when a season isn't as great as it needs to be or as it could be, and just go again. But to call out these players, to slag them off, to call them what they're calling them, it's just a complete joke, really. So I just want to get this video done, because all we're seeing is people leaving the football club. All we're seeing is doom and gloom and negativity. It will turn the corner. Give it time. Give it Pochettino time to come in, to work pre-season. Give us until Christmas to see where we are with Pochettino. If there's some sort of identity developing. And then start judging then. But I just want to get this video done. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. So let me know what you think. If you agree with me in the comments section. If you don't, post your comments. As for the other content creators, I don't really care. As for those toxic people on social media, I don't really care. But just want to have my say. Anyway, people, try and be positive. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See ya.